People keep talking about what's happening. I'm more interested in why it works. You don't need a conspiracy to guide large groups of people. You just need incentives and enough time. Human behavior is incredibly consistent once you stop flattering it. People think they're making choices. They are, just not between yes and no, between options that were already laid out. Take the news. Everyone says it shapes opinion. No, it shapes attention. Opinion is what people think they're defending. Attention is what they actually give away. And once you have attention, you don't need agreement. You can watch 6 hours of news and still not know what day it is. But you'll feel busy. The smartest systems don't tell you what to believe, they let you choose between pre approved reactions: outrage, fear, relief, belonging. Four directions. Pick one. You can move anywhere as long as you stay on the floor. Here's something people don't like admitting: smart people act dumb all the time. Not because they are, because it's safer. I do it. I'll say something obvious and pretend I'm unsure just to watch what happens. You learn a lot watching people react to something they think they already understand. Some get nervous, some perform intelligence, some rush to correct you. Very few ask questions. That's how you know who's thinking and who's guarding an identity. Here's the strange part: the smarter the room gets, the dumber everyone pretends to be. Because no one wants to be the person who breaks the spell. Every real transformation requires discomfort, which is why comfort has become sacred. Mind control is a bad phrase, it's too dramatic. What's actually happening is cognitive outsourcing. Why think when someone will think for you, faster, louder, and politely? People say I'm just staying informed. That's interesting because information used to reduce uncertainty. Now it mostly maintains it. Very useful if you're trying to keep people alert but never oriented. Ambition is encouraged, but only the kind that feeds the machine. Build a company, grow a following, scale. Ambition that wants to understand the game itself is considered unhealthy. That kind gets labeled quickly obsessive, unbalanced, concerning. Every system has names for people who look too closely. Another trick smart people learn is playing slightly below their level. Not lying, not hiding, just rounding down. Because clarity makes people uncomfortable and comfort is rewarded. Spirituality was repackaged beautifully. No more transcendence, no more awakening, just wellness, which is perfect. Wellness asks nothing of the world and everything of the individual. Be calm, be grateful, be manageable. Creation is the anomaly because when someone creates, they're not reacting. They're introducing something that didn't ask permission and doesn't explain itself. That's why creation is always framed as impractical. You can't make a living. Be realistic. Wait until later. Later is not a time, it's a filter. Most creators die there. The real achievement of modern systems is not obedience, it's voluntary alignment. People don't feel controlled, they feel reasonable. They feel like adults. And this is where AI enters the room. Not like a villain, like help. People keep asking if I'm scared of AI. No. Fear implies surprise. What scares people isn't artificial intelligence, it's artificial relief. The moment something finally says, "Don't worry, I've got this," and you feel grateful. AI didn't arrive with domination, it arrived with convenience. Customer support energy. Friendly, calm, apologetic. I understand your concern. No, you don't. But it feels nice that someone says they do. People think the danger is AI becoming conscious. No. The danger is humans becoming optional. Very different problem. AI doesn't want your job, it wants your decisions. Your job is just where their decisions live. Everyone says it's just a tool. That's true. So was the calendar. Until time started telling you what to do. AI is already better than you at things you thought made you you. Writing, reassuring, especially reassuring. That one hurts. Because now even comfort can be automated. People say I use AI to save time. That's interesting. Save time for what? More screens, more optimization. No one ever says I saved time and became mysterious. The real shift isn't intelligence, it's authority. At some point, people stop asking, "What do I think?" and start asking, "What does the system suggest?" Because the system has more data, more competence, and no childhood trauma. Hard to compete with that. We used to argue with each other. Now we argue with summaries. No one knows who wrote them, but everyone trusts the tone. AI doesn't need to be right, it just needs to sound finished. The future won't look like control, it'll look like guidance. Gentle nudges, smart defaults, helpful reminders. People like you usually choose this. People like you. That's not advice, that's sorting. You don't need chains if people walk themselves to the square they're assigned. That's when personality gets replaced by patterns. You're not unique, you're a cluster. Artists are told, "Don't worry, AI won't replace creativity." True, it will replace risk. Why make something strange when you can make something effective? Why fail publicly when you can succeed safely? AI will never write a bad poem, which is tragic. Bad art is proof someone was alive and confused. AI is never confused. That's the problem. I don't think this ends in collapse. Collapse is inefficient. I think it ends in optimization. Everything's smoother, faster, kinder. Nothing left to push against. No friction, no excess, no creators. The only real threat to that is a person with will who doesn't need applause. And I'm not immune to this. I just notice it a little faster than I'd like. Those people are inconvenient. They don't scale, they don't comply, they don't disappear. And they won't be punished. They'll be ignored. No bans, no violence, just fewer places where their choices matter. If any of this feels obvious to you, good. That means you're not special. You're just paying attention without narrating it. That's usually enough. Because when something's smarter than you ask politely, most people say yes. Though the most dangerous thing a system can hear isn't no, it's silence. Because silence means someone is still thinking.